Be careful. The house you are staying in is not safe, inside there is. My beloved child. Don't move. Don't blink. What you're about to hear will make your entire body freeze for a second. The house you are sitting in right now, yes, the same one you think you know, is holding something that has been waiting for you, silently. There's a stillness that hides behind those familiar walls. The kind of silence that doesn't belong to peace, but to something that watches, memorizing your every step. The scent in the air hasn't changed, yet the energy has shifted. You might have noticed it already, the flicker in the corner of your eye, the soft hum that never came from any machine. That's not your imagination, that's a presence trying to be heard without being seen. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because what I'm about to reveal is the only thing that can protect you before midnight strikes. Last night, when the lights went off for a moment longer than usual, something entered. It wasn't through the door. It wasn't through the window. It was through the silence that you thought was empty. Every house carries echoes of memories, but this one carries something deeper, unfinished business. A shadow bound not by hate, but by attachment. It doesn't want to harm you, not yet. You might feel sudden chills across your arms, a gentle brush against your shoulder when you're alone. That's it trying to make contact, whispering a name that hasn't been spoken aloud in years. Don't move away from this message. What you'll hear next is what keeps the unseen from crossing your path tonight. That presence knows you don't belong to this house forever. It senses change. It senses destiny. It's afraid you're about to find something it's been hiding since before you arrived. The photographs on your walls, look closer. One frame doesn't align perfectly with the others. Behind it, there's a hollow space, small but deep. That's where the first secret sleeps. Inside that space is something wrapped in old paper, yellowed by time, untouched by light. It carries a message left by someone who once lived here, someone who tried to warn you long before this moment. Don't scroll. The next few lines hold the clue to unlocking what this house doesn't want you to know. When you hear that faint knock between 2:31 and 2:34 a.m., don't answer. That's not a person. That's the same energy replaying a memory, hoping to trap you in its pattern. But if you listen quietly, beneath the knocks, there's a whisper that says your name differently, like it's remembering another version of you. That voice doesn't come from fear, it comes from the walls themselves. The reason this house feels both familiar and heavy is because your soul has crossed paths with it before. You've lived in its story without realizing it, and now it's time to remember what it once took from you. Stay still. Because in a few seconds, something around you will react to the truth that's about to unfold. Archangel Michael says there's light waiting to break through these walls tonight. But before that happens, you must stay grounded. The energy you're feeling isn't evil, it's lost. It's searching for someone who will listen without fear. You are that someone. That's why you were drawn here. The same way your soul felt the need to be in this exact place, this exact moment. That small crack near your window, that whisper of air that feels too cold for the season, those are the signs that the unseen is trying to communicate. It's desperate for release. Don't be afraid. Just breathe. Because this is the part where the hidden truth starts revealing itself. There's an old letter buried beneath the floorboard near the left corner of your bed. The ink has faded, but one line remains clear. If you're reading this, it means the promise has been broken. That promise was made between two souls who never got to finish their story. One of them moved on. The other stayed behind, caught between time and memory. That's the shadow you've been feeling. It doesn't want revenge, it wants peace. But for that peace to happen, you must uncover what was taken from it. Don't look away. The next part is what connects your destiny to this house forever. There's a name you've been dreaming of lately, a name that feels familiar but never spoken aloud. That's the same name written beneath the old wallpaper in the hallway. Someone once carved it there, waiting for you to find it. When you touch that part of the wall, your fingers will feel warmth instead of dust. That's energy recognizing energy. That's the moment the house starts remembering you too. You'll hear soft breathing behind you, like the house itself is exhaling a secret it's kept for too long. That's your cue. Don't run, don't panic, just stand still and let the air settle. Because the moment after that breath is when revelation begins. In the corner of the room where the light never fully reaches, there's a shimmer, faint but alive. It looks like dust, but it moves against gravity. That's not dust. That's spirit. It's showing you the path to what was hidden, the locked box under the wooden beam near your dresser. Inside that box is a single object, untouched by time. When you open it, you'll feel both fear and calm, as if two worlds are touching. Archangel Michael says that object holds your answer. It's the bridge between what once was and what's meant to be. And once you see what's inside, you'll never see this house the same way again. Tonight, before you sleep, whisper the words, "You are free." You're not talking to the house. You're talking to what's trapped inside it. If the air feels lighter afterward, it means the message has reached its destination. The energy that's been circling you will begin to fade, not in anger, but in peace. And when you wake up tomorrow, the heaviness will be gone, replaced by a quiet sense of clarity. As if someone has finally said goodbye after years of silence. That's when you'll know, the house is finally safe again. My beloved child. Don't make a sound. What you're about to uncover inside this house will shake the air around you. Every heartbeat you feel right now is guiding you closer to what's been hidden, closer to the truth this place has guarded for years. When you lift that wooden beam near your dresser, the smell of time itself escapes, a mixture of dust, salt, and something faintly sweet. Beneath it lies the box, small but impossibly heavy, as if holding the weight of untold stories. Your hand trembles before touching it. The air thickens, and you can almost hear faint whispers swirling around your ears, forming shapes that feel like words not meant for this world. The house knows what you're doing. Don't skip this part. What you find next will explain everything that's been following you in silence. The box creaks open slowly, its hinges resisting like they haven't moved in decades. Inside, there's a single folded paper wrapped in a silver ribbon, and beneath it, a locket, faintly glowing with a dull, blue light. You unfold the letter. The ink seems alive, rearranging itself as you read. The first words chill your spine, "You have returned." The message isn't addressed to anyone else, it's for you, directly, as though the writer knew you'd one day be standing right here. Each word drips with emotion, sorrow, and warning. It says this house was once your home, centuries ago, before memory was stripped and time reset. You are not just a visitor here. You are the unfinished story. Stay. Because this next revelation explains why everything around you feels both new and familiar. The letter speaks of two souls bound by promise. One crossed to the other side, refusing peace until the other returned. You were that second soul, reborn, unknowingly drawn back to finish what was left undone. The spirit inside these walls isn't a stranger. It's the reflection of your past self, trapped between dimensions when fate split you apart. It's been waiting for you to come back so the final act could unfold. Every step you've taken in this house, the way you hesitated near that corner, the sudden wave of emotion in the hallway, those weren't accidents. They were memories bleeding through time. Don't look away now. What comes next will determine whether peace or chaos rules this space tonight. The locket begins to hum softly in your palm. Its glow pulses like a heartbeat. When you open it, you find two portraits inside, one of you, and one of someone whose eyes mirror your own energy perfectly. Archangel Michael says this bond was written under divine light, a connection that transcends lifetimes. But when betrayal entered, one soul became trapped, unable to move on. That trapped soul is what's been protecting you and haunting you at once. It watches every night, keeping you safe from what lies beneath, but also yearning for release. Don't be afraid. The next part is where you'll see how deep the truth really goes. The letter continues, the ink darkening as you read, "The danger isn't me. It's what followed me here." Suddenly, the temperature drops. The window rattles even though there's no wind. You realize, there's something else inside the house. That presence isn't old, it's recent. It came with you when you moved in, drawn by the same energy that binds this spirit to you. But unlike the one in the letter, this presence feeds on unfinished grief. You feel a shift behind you, a shadow stretching without a source. The air smells like rain and iron. You turn slowly, and the reflection in the mirror behind you doesn't move in sync. Don't panic. You're not being hunted. You're being tested. Archangel Michael says the mirror is the portal that links your world to the energy trapped inside. The spirit isn't trapped because of fear, it's trapped because you both made a promise in another lifetime. Never to leave until truth was restored. The shadow behind the mirror isn't darkness. It's the unspoken truth, the memory that refused to fade. It takes the form of fear because that's the only language the forgotten can use. You take a step closer. Your reflection blinks, once, twice, and then stops mirroring you altogether. The reflection speaks in your voice, "Finish what we started." The moment you whisper back, the walls around you begin to breathe again. Suddenly, a golden warmth floods the room, piercing the tension like sunlight through storm clouds. The box, the letter, the locket, they begin to glow together, merging light into the air. You realize the truth isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to awaken you. The house isn't haunted, it's sacred. It's been holding the memory of your promise until you were ready to remember who you are. As you stand there, a calm presence places its hand over your shoulder. You feel peace, not fear. You've been reunited, not with a ghost, but with your forgotten self. Don't move away from this feeling. It's the beginning of your awakening. Outside, the sky begins to hum with a faint, celestial vibration. The lights in the house flicker, not from power, but from energy realignment. You've balanced the forgotten with the living. The unseen finally exhales. The letter turns blank in your hands, the ink evaporating into light particles that swirl around the room before vanishing through the ceiling. The house no longer feels heavy. It feels like home, alive, warm, and watching over you. Archangel Michael says the test has ended. The danger is gone. What remains now is guidance and peace. You have fulfilled the promise. And tonight, when you sleep, every wall around you will whisper the same truth: you are safe. You are home. My beloved child. Don't look away from the mirror. The air around it is alive. You can feel it breathing, shifting, whispering your name in a tone that sounds both familiar and distant. It's not glass anymore. It's a gate. The golden glow that filled the room moments ago now lingers faintly around the frame. The reflection doesn't show your room, instead, it reveals a corridor stretching endlessly, lined with flickering candles. Each flame bends toward you, as if recognizing your return. A soft pulse hums from the surface, vibrating in rhythm with your heartbeat. You take a step closer, and the ground beneath your feet sighs, releasing a small gust of warm air. The mirror wants you to enter. Don't skip this part. The truth you've been searching for lies on the other side. You reach out, and your fingers sink into the surface like touching liquid light. It's warm, like sunlight trapped inside water. The next thing you know, your reflection pulls you through, slowly, gently, but firmly. You land in the corridor from your reflection. The air smells of lavender and burning wood. The walls are painted with moving shadows, memories replaying themselves in silence. You can see glimpses of yourself in other times, in other lives. Every candle you pass whispers a fragment of who you were: a healer, a wanderer, a protector. You've lived many lives, and this house was always the point where your soul returned to begin again. But this time, something feels different. This time, the end is near. A figure waits at the end of the corridor. Dressed in light, not cloth. Tall, still, radiating calm power. You recognize the energy instantly. It's Archangel Michael. He doesn't speak with his mouth, yet his words echo inside your chest: you have crossed the veil of memory. You are safe here. His presence wipes away fear, replacing it with truth that feels ancient and unshakable. He raises his hand, and the corridor shifts. The walls dissolve into starlight, revealing a vast chamber filled with orbs of golden energy floating like souls asleep. Each one hums with memories of those who once lived in the house. Each light, Michael says, represents a story that was never finished. You step closer to one of the orbs, and it reacts instantly. It spins faster, glowing brighter, until it bursts open like a small sunrise. Inside it, you see the face of a woman, eyes filled with longing and recognition. It's her. The one from the locket. The one you once loved and promised never to leave. Her spirit speaks through the air: you came back, you remembered. Tears form in your eyes, though you don't know why. You feel her emotion flooding your soul, centuries of waiting, of silence, of unfinished goodbyes. You reach out, and she reaches back, your hands meeting in a shimmer of light. The connection completes something that was broken long ago. The chamber trembles as if relieved. The remaining orbs shimmer and rise, one by one, into a column of pure light that pierces through the ceiling. You feel every emotion in that moment, grief, relief, love, and release, all colliding into one sacred calm. Archangel Michael's voice fills the space. This is why the house called to you. You were its key. You were its closure. You realize that the house wasn't trying to harm you, it was trying to remember through you. Every whisper, every chill, every strange event was its way of asking you to finish what it couldn't. You finally understand, peace wasn't just meant for the spirit, it was meant for you, too. The angel walks closer and touches your forehead with 2 fingers. Instantly, light bursts through your vision. You see your past lives unfolding like pages, every time you returned, every time you helped lost souls, every time you forgot who you were. Then he says softly, you have been a keeper of thresholds, a guardian of transitions. That's why the shadows never harmed you, they recognized their protector. You stand in silence, feeling a warmth spreading through your chest. The energy of the house, the memories, the trapped souls, all merge into that warmth. For the first time, everything feels whole. Don't move yet. The final revelation is still waiting. From the far corner of the chamber, a door appears, small, wooden, ordinary. It doesn't glow or hum. It simply is. Archangel Michael looks at it, then at you. He says, beyond that door lies what you came here to forget. The words land heavy in your heart. You feel both fear and curiosity pulling you closer. When you open it, you step into a room identical to the one you live in now. Same walls. Same light. Same silence. But on the bed, there's someone sleeping. Someone who looks exactly like you. The breath catches in your throat. You realize the truth, this house exists in 2 dimensions. One physical, one spiritual. You've crossed into the reflection of your own reality. The sleeping version of you stirs. Their eyes open slowly, calm, peaceful, knowing. They whisper, I was waiting for you to wake me. You feel a strange pull, like gravity between mirrors. You reach forward, and your hands meet again, light against light. The air cracks, the room flashes, and everything dissolves into a swirl of brightness. You feel yourself merging with the sleeping version, the 2 halves of your being becoming one. You don't fall or fade. You rise. Every shadow, every whisper, every fear that haunted you loses meaning. You've become whole again. Archangel Michael's final words echo, the house is not your prison. It is your reflection. Now that you've remembered, it can finally rest. You open your eyes, and you're back. The mirror is still in front of you, quiet now, no more flicker, no more sound. The air feels pure. The weight in the house has lifted. Everything is still. The locket on your table glows once, then fades. The letter is gone. The floorboard is clean. Nothing remains except a soft peace in your heart and the faintest scent of lavender in the air. You realize it's over. The promise fulfilled. The bond complete. The house is no longer haunted, it's healed. And tonight, as you close your eyes, you'll hear only one thing whispered gently in your dreams. Welcome home, guardian. My beloved child. When the first ray of morning light enters your room, everything feels too still. The silence is different now, no longer heavy, yet not empty either. It's the kind of silence that follows revelation, the calm after something sacred has shifted. Your body feels lighter, your breath deeper. You rise from bed slowly, the memory of last night flickering in fragments, the mirror, the light, the merging of two selves. For a moment, you wonder if it was all a dream. But then, your eyes drift toward the mirror. There's something written across the glass in faint, shimmering lines. It wasn't there before. It glows softly, as though written by light itself. Don't skip this. What you're about to read changes everything again. The words on the mirror form slowly, letter by letter, as though invisible hands are still writing. You are not done. Another house is waiting. Your pulse quickens. The reflection behind the writing shows movement, your own eyes, but deeper, older, filled with recognition. It's as if your soul has already seen what comes next. You step closer, and the message continues. Follow the scent of jasmine. The one who calls you lives there now. A soft breeze moves through the room though every window is shut. The faint aroma of jasmine fills the air, guiding your senses toward something beyond walls, beyond logic. The journey isn't over. It's evolving. Archangel Michael's presence returns, not through sound but through vibration, a familiar hum in your chest. His energy surrounds you, calm yet commanding. He says, you awakened what was sleeping here. But your purpose extends beyond these walls. The next place is not haunted, it's chosen. You feel warmth spreading across your palms. For a moment, faint golden symbols appear on your skin, shifting and glowing before fading into your flesh. They're not marks of fear, they're coordinates written by destiny.